Good morning, guys. Autofanatic. I'm going to be doing a specification video on our brand new Alfa Romeo Stelvio TI Sport. We just got this a few nights ago. If you guys have been following my Instagram and YouTube, you may have seen the first wash video of this new vehicle that we got. So if you guys go back in my channel, I did a review of one of these. I had a loaner car. I believe it was October, November of 2018. And I had it for a couple of days, and believe it or not, I didn't want to give it back. I thought this was such a practical, great vehicle that really identifies the words SUV. What does SUV mean? Sport Utility Vehicle. Now, this is a very large market, especially in the United States with these kind of vehicles, but none of them ever really felt very sporty unless you got into like a Porsche. Now, even the Porsche Macan and the Audi Q5s, those are two very, very good options, but I'll be honest with you, the Giorgio platform that Alfa Romeo used with this is more dynamic, sharper, and lighter on its feet, and it just gives you a completely different vibe when you're driving around in something like this every day. You don't get the fatigue, you get the good handling, you get the super razor-sharp steering and grip, and overall, you know, this has the bare bones of my Giulia Quadrifoglio and of course the Stelvio Quadrifoglio, with really the only differences between those two models, of course, the drivetrain, the engine, transmission, and then of course spring rates and the adaptive shock valving. But other than that, they're still riding on the same platforms. They're still using all the aluminum and steel, what I call hybrid architecture, and they're phenomenal. So when I had this as a loaner car a number of months ago, I already knew, or I already wanted this to be the replacement for our Infiniti Q50 Red Sport. And that was actually, you know, one of those things, like, we were considering an SUV because we have mountain bikes, we're always, you know, lugging around cargo, and we just really needed a more practical vehicle. The Q50, it served its purpose, but for storage, it's horrible. We've had some drivability issues, which if you guys have followed my channel, you kind of understand what we were going through with that. So I decided to just get rid of that car early. We still actually have it. But I will be getting rid of that car early, and this was the most viable option. So a friend of mine has one of these, and we went to the dealer, and the dealer did not have a TI Sport for us to drive, so he brought it over. Mrs. Autofanatic drove it. She went through all the tech. She loved it. She like, you know what, I want that, but I want it in a dark blue. And then I said, you know what, if we're going to do dark blue, the next day we were at the Greenwich Concours, and there were a lot of cars there, the Italian cars. We went to the European day. There were Maseratis, there were Ferraris, and there were a lot of Zagatos and Alfa Romeos. And I was really explaining to her about the history and all of this stuff with these brands and the lineage and all that. And there was a lot of Maseratis and Ferraris on the show field in dark metallic blue with red leather interior. And I totally love it. I've always loved this combination. One of my clients back in the days, he had a 550 Maranello. It was Pazzi blue with the Bordeaux interior, and I always loved that color combo. So when she saw this color combination on the show field on other Italian, very specialty marked cars, she fell in love with it. And Monday morning, I just did a search, and I called around within 2,000 miles of the area. This was the only vehicle optioned and equipped, like I'll explain to you when I pull out of the car right now. So other than that, I mean, we're really happy with it. We got the car that we wanted with the options we wanted. We got some really good incentives on this vehicle. And I think if you guys are really, you know, conscious shoppers, if you guys do your legwork, Alfa Romeo is doing a lot of little promotions that, you know, are all over the net and through the media. They're trying to cross-promote and cross-brand the Italian heritage with other promotions. Like, we got $1,000 off. A friend of mine sent me a link to a website called Gilt, and they sell like a lot of high-end menswear and you know, clothing. And if you signed up and you bought something, you got $1,000 off the car immediately, aside from the other promotions that we got, being that I'm already a current Alfa Romeo Quadrifoglio owner, so they got more rebates on that, and then there was money back from the factory and all of this good stuff. So I'm going to pull over in a minute, and I'm going to show you guys the full specifications. I'll give you guys some good visual, and then we're going to do a separate video with my buddy Jerry, and we're going to go over all the tech of this vehicle. We're going to show you the Apple CarPlay integration. We're going to show you this control panel here. Pretty much going to show you how simple and easy and intuitive this system is. Because like I said, this is really a driver-focused vehicle. It doesn't have a big screen popped out of the dash that I feel is very distracting. That's what all the German manufacturers are doing. And the tech is very easy. Once you learn it, it's like second nature to pretty much scroll through it. You of course have voice recognition to go through your prompts, and it's very user friendly. It's not something that you're going to take weeks to learn. I think in a couple of days, once you go through it, once you guys see the new tech video we're going to be putting out, I think whoever's shopping for this car or has concerns about tech integration is going to help you guys answer a lot of questions. So hang tight, we're going to pull out over real soon. All right guys, just pull over. It's very early in the morning, so you can't really get a good glimpse of this Monte Carlo Blues metallic paint, but I'll throw some photos in the video now with the sun hitting it, and it's a phenomenal color because it has a lot of color shifting, and the color flops between like a dark purple, a midnight metallic blue, and even from a distance in the evening it almost looks black. So I'm just going to give it a little walk around and show you some of the styling features of the car. Now our car has what they call the Nero package. Now I thought when I saw this online that the Nero package made everything black, but that's not the case. It's actually a gunmetal gray finish. So that is a dark gunmetal gray finish on the TI Sport wheels. We have the Alfa Romeo red calipers. That was side view mirrors. These caps are also gunmetal gray. The gunmetal gray grille surround, like I'm showing you right there. So instead of having the brushed aluminum, you're getting the gunmetal gray. Now, moving on to the rear of the vehicle, part of this package. Now, with the Sport package, you're also going to get the black, the high gloss black trim around all the windows. Whereas if you got the standard model or the Lusso, it's going to have the aluminum bright finish. Now back here, you're getting a high gloss exhaust tip finisher. So this is integrated into the rear bumper. Down here, this is also gunmetal gray. So it actually really complements the color a lot. You're also getting the gunmetal gray Stelvio badge and the gunmetal gray Q4 badge on the back of the deck lid as well. Other than that, that is part of the styling package of the Nero edition. So I'm going to go over the window sticker shortly, but you guys just could see that. Also, from the factory, the rear windows are nicely tinted. They almost look like a 20% or a 15% tint in relation to putting a window film on your vehicle. So that's factory tint, and it actually looks great. We're considering to do the front windows to match, but to be honest with you, the interior of this vehicle is so damn nice that you actually don't want to hide it. It's one of those little conversation pieces when people see the color, the dark blue with the contrast with the nice red interior. It just looks awesome. So you guys could see that there. That's just a better close-up of the Nero grille surround. And I think it looks sharp. It's super sporty. The Stelvio, when I did the review on it months ago, I loved it. Why did I love it? Because it's still based on the chassis of my Quadrifoglio. It feels light, it feels nimble. It just has the right proportions. There's not many vehicles, since the term SUV was designated in the automotive world, that really lived up to that phrase, sport utility vehicle. Yeah, I understand the utility factor, just make it a little bit bigger in the back and have a lift up, lift gate and fold down seats, and that's the utility. You also give it the all-wheel drive, but as far as the sport goes, I would say over 95% of SUVs on the market, in terms of what they do, have all failed to create any kind of a real, true, driver's-focused, sporty experience. And I'm talking about all of them. They just don't do it. There's a lot of vehicles on the market. We've driven them all, from BMW to Acura to Infiniti to Lexus. And listen, they're all great in their own right, but none of them have the sharpness and the handling tenacity that the Alfa Romeo Stelvio does. And that's why we really wanted this. There's a very congested area of New York. We're constantly driving in and out. Everybody's driving aggressive. If you're going to go with a bigger vehicle, I feel having one that has the chassis and has the what I call active safety, which is the braking, the steering, the handling, and the sharpness, is going to really help you avoid accidents. If you had a big, heavy, floaty, heavy body roll vehicle, it's just going to put you more in a jam if you have to do a panic maneuver, and that's just not something that we wanted. Now the sun is starting to come out. It's about 7:30 a.m. and you guys could see some of the glow on that Monte Carlo blue paint. The Monte Carlo blue paint is an option from Alfa Romeo, and I'll show you guys that when I get the window sticker. So that's just the exterior. Let's go over to the interior. I just opened up the door. Is just the visual. Now you're going from that dark metallic blue, and you got that nice, beautiful Italian red leather. You have a nice textured aluminum trim, whereas the Lusso gives you like a wishy-washy ash type of wood. It doesn't even look nice. This is very sporty. It's got a nice texture to it, and I really, really like that. It's something that you would see on BMWs. And then moving on to the interior, it's just gorgeous. It really is. You know, you have all soft touch materials everywhere throughout the car. Same AC vents that my Quadrifoglio has. I mean, it's the same kind of layout. The dash, of course, is different than my Giulia. And now moving on to the seats, these are the sport seats. Now, it's perforated leather. You have the pull-out bolster over here, which is what we wanted because we're taller, and it just really helps with your thigh support. And you also get on the TI Sport, you get the same long aluminum column-mounted paddles that my Quadrifoglio has. You're getting a sports steering wheel. You're not getting carbon fiber on the wheel. You're getting a simulated like carbon fiber like material over here, but it feels really good in your hands. It's got the flat bottom, so it makes it easier to get in and out. And you know, this is pretty much all a carryover. We also, in the Sport, we have the black headliner. In the standard model and the Lusso model, you get a light gray, which is called like silver. And to be honest with you, it just doesn't look good with the red and black interior trim. We found a couple of those cars down in Maryland, and as soon as I looked closer at the photos, I said, yeah, these aren't the ones for us. I did some more digging, and we found this particular car, and they were kind enough to deliver it from out of state within a couple of days, and that's how we made the deal over the phone. But you guys can see that there. I mean, it's just so much eye appeal on this vehicle. Now, you also have the red calipers. I feel the red calipers aesthetically are picking up on the red of the rear tail lamps and also the red of the interior. So you have that whole design theme coming into this vehicle between the blue, the red, the dark grays, and the blacks. So it's very, very sporty. It's very athletic looking, and it's very Italian. Like I said in the intro of the video, we were over at the Greenwich Concourse, and there were a ton of vintage Maseratis from the 60s and Ferraris with the dark blue red combination, and Miss Autofanatic totally fell in love with it, and this was the one we had to have. If we were going to do it, we had to do something different. We had to do something that nobody's going to have, because where we are, there's a ton of Stelvios on the road, but they're all gray, they're black, they're white, or silver, and they all have black interiors or tan interiors. So we wanted to do something different. This totally fits our personality and what we wanted. It has the right design aesthetic, and we absolutely love it. She's happy with it. She doesn't even drive the Infiniti Q50 Red Sport anymore. We're gonna be get rid of that car probably in a month or two, but this is the replacement for the Q50 Red Sport. So I'm gonna grab the window sticker now. I'll just go over some of the options with you guys quickly, and we're gonna cut this video there. And then stay tuned, please like, subscribe, and stay tuned to the channel, because we're gonna be doing a lot more videos from maintenance. We're gonna do some changes of the suspension, tires, exhaust, intake, all kinds of cool stuff. And then a buddy of mine, Jerry, is gonna jump on board, and we're gonna do a specific video on all of the tech integration in Apple CarPlay for you guys, for anybody that just wants to learn a little bit about more how intuitive and simple this vehicle is with its tech integration. So let me grab the window sticker for you guys right now. All right, guys, so I got the window sticker of our Alfa Romeo TI Sport all-wheel drive. I just want to go over some of the features and stuff that's on our particular car. So the base price in this vehicle comes in at $44,195. With all the options listed that I mentioned, we get a sticker price or MSRP of $53,990. Destination charge, believe it or not, is $1,295. It's actually pretty high. I remember back in the days, destination charge used to be like $100, but that's not the case anymore. This particular vehicle, it says point of entry. This car came in from Italy into the port of Davisville, Rhode Island. That's actually pretty interesting how it came in from there. For this vehicle, the final assembly point is Cassino, Italy. That's the multi-billion-dollar manufacturing center in Italy that they came up with. The engine is Italian. The transmission is the ZF. It's a different 8-speed ZF than the Quadrifoglio, but it's the same derivative, same family. It just doesn't have the more aggressive torque converter and the programming algorithm that the Quadrifolios have. 55% of the content is from Italy, 13% France, and then the rest of it is US, Canadian, and German. Now, the Monte Carlo blue metallic paint is listed as an option. So this is the base. So it gives you the black and red interior, sport leather seats. This has a 2.0 liter inline 4, 280 horsepower engine, 8-speed automatic, like we talked about. It has supplemental front and rear side airbags. It has latch-ready child seat anchor system, rear backup camera, which is not the greatest in any of these cars because it's just got a small screen. Remote keyless entry, push-button start, remote start system. You hit the fob twice, it starts the vehicle up. Start and stop system, which I absolutely hate. I wish there was a way we could physically pull that out of every new car today. It's not just in America, it's around the world. It's some government nonsense mandated crap. It has the Alpha DNA drive mode system. We'll go over that more in the tech video that we do, but it pretty much lets you select between D, N, and A, and that changes the throttle, the transmission, and how the engine responds. So it has, believe it or not, look at this. The Stelvio with the all-wheel drive still has a carbon fiber drive shaft, okay? That just shows you how they have such a good platform that they're just carrying over. For them to go retool and design and manufacture an aluminum or steel two-piece drive shaft, it just doesn't make sense for them. They rather just make, you know, a huge batch of these carbon fiber ones and use them across the range and give that benefit. Carbon fiber drive shafts, just to let you guys know, it knocks down NVH significantly, especially on an all-wheel drive vehicle. I think that is such a smart idea, especially like you get into some of these vehicles and take them at high speed and you get a driveline vibration coming into the floor. And I'm not even going to mention manufacturers, but it happens on a lot of them. And the drive shaft, believe it or not, has a lot to do with that. It has power folding heated mirrors on the doors, heated washer nozzles, power liftgate with remote liftgate release, hill descent control, and tire service kit. Now that's something I want to talk to you guys about because our car has more than the tire service kit. So the interior features are going to get the 8.8-inch AM, FM, Bluetooth radio, Apple CarPlay, Google, Android Auto. You're going to get 1 year, which is great. A lot of manufacturers give you 6 months. You're going to get 1 year of Sirius XM radio. You're going to get a 7-inch TFT color display, 8-speaker audio system, which is the standard. We have the upgraded one. And you're going to get all these other little things here. Now, they're also listing this as dark gray wood trim, because that's the base model, and giving you 6-way power seats. So now, the standard features on this model were the 19-inch by 8 wheels and silver brake calipers with black script and all that good stuff. So now, here's the optional equipment. This is the important stuff. So, this is replacing what was on the left side of this window sticker. The Monte Carlo blue paint, that's a $600 option. And I think any of the metallic colors, whether you do the tri-coat red, you do the white, or you do the blue, or even the green, that's definitely worth doing. The TI Sport all-wheel drive 22S package, $2,800. This is what you're going to get. You're getting the gloss black roof rails, whereas if you had the base model or the Lusso, they would have a bright aluminum finish. You're getting the sport leather seats. These are the same seats that are in the quadrifolio models that have the pull-out bottom bolster. They have the adjustable side bolstering as well. Of course, this is the standard seat on the quadrifolios unless you opt for the carbon fiber seats that I have in mind. You're getting the 20-inch by 8.5 sport aluminum wheels. You're getting 255, 45, 20 all-season tires. We're most likely going to be doing some tire changing on this soon just to see how this vehicle is going to respond, and I think it's going to be phenomenal. FYI, Michelin makes the 4S in this size, and that's the tire I'm leaning towards. Colored brake calipers. This is all part of the sport package. Gloss black window surround moldings. I showed you that in the exterior. Aluminum interior trim, bright aluminum pedals, sport leather steering wheel, steering column aluminum paddle shifters, power adjustable bolsters. This one also comes with the sport tuned suspension. A little bit of a firmer ride, but it doesn't give you the option to select soft, mid, and hard like the quadrifolio models. So here's the black edition that they're calling. They're calling the narrow edition sport. $850. So what that's going to give you, it's going to give you the black rear valence panel that's under the rear bumper. It's going to give you the dark gunmetal gray front grille surround. It's giving you the dark badging, the dark exhaust tips, the dark mirror caps, and the 20-inch wheels in the dark aluminum finish, monochromatic center caps, all that good stuff. Now this vehicle also has the driver's assistance static package, $650. This gives you the blind spot and cross path detection and auto dimming exterior mirrors. Now, we also get the dual pane panoramic sunroof. This was $1,350. We also get the gloss black shark fin antenna, which I think aesthetically makes sense. Now, with this options, instead of going from the 6-way and the 4-way seats, we're getting 8-way power seats for the driver's side and the passenger side. Now, the other option, which actually will reduce your insurance if you get these options, FYI, this car also gets an incredible frontal, offset, and side impact safety standard. And also a lot of that is because it has the Continental Intelligent Braking System, where it doesn't have a push rod connected to a master cylinder to break your ankles in a frontal collision. So the full forward speed collision warning plus, $500. I'll discuss that more in the tech video. We have a premium alarm system. Not really sure what that is, but that was an additional $400. The Harman Kardon premium audio was $900. That's just more speakers and amplifiers. I will tell you now, acoustically, the Stelvio cabin with the Harman Kardon acoustically sounds better than the Giulia. That's just because it just has more of a greenhouse effect, taller cabin. You know, it's just basic physics here when you're talking with sound waves. So the stereo in this thing sounds really damn good. Now, another option that I really wanted for us was the compact spare tire kit for $450. I'll throw a picture of that right now in the video. You can see that there. So that's a really good option. Like I said, she takes trips upstate, you know, a couple of hours away, goes out to see her friends in Pennsylvania. Yes, you could safety seal and patch the tire, but having a spare just makes it a lot easier. And yes, she knows how to jack it up and do the spare change. We also get the gloss red calipers with white script. That was an option. And then, of course, the surcharge. So the vehicle came in at $53,990 with rebates and incentives. I believe the vehicle was sold to us for around like $43,590, something like that. So this is just a specification video of our new Alfa Romeo Stelvio TI Sport all-wheel drive. Hope you guys like this video. Please like, subscribe, and share. Stay tuned for more Alfa Romeo Stelvio content, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm going to get back in, and I'm going to go for a drive.